Welcome to the Lila Life Show. I'm your host, Linda Andrews, and you've tuned in to the right place to uplevel in your life and business. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Lila Life Show. This is your host, Linda Andrews, and I am presenting you with some tips from the Learning Corner today. And there's just a few things that have been super on my heart and mind that I am wanting to deliver to you. Before we dive in, I have a reminder that we have some amazing episodes coming starting definitely in June, but really ramping up in July. So stay tuned, subscribe, share, spread the good word. And we have some different guests talking about the importance of magnesium in your body, the role of the vagus nerve, some of our coaches doing some powerful work around realignment and self worth. And I'm just so excited to share these interviews and episodes with you. So today we're going to dive in. There's a few basics that when I start a new coaching container with a client or a group, you'll see these themes thread, especially if you're in Life Expanded. But I want to just take some time today to highlight some of them. And if you just take one of these and focus on one of these for the week, I promise you, you will have some magnetism and well being and wholeness experience at deeper levels. So, and by the way, you'll have heard some of these before. Number one, personal responsibility. I find that this idea of personal responsibility for a realignment check in is really powerful. And when I say realignment, right, a lot of people that I'll work with, they'll be feeling like their life's a little crazy and things are quite a bit out of balance, right? There's not quite that flow and ease. So when I say realignment, I mean connecting with your values, connecting with your purpose. This could be in one specific life area, this could be in the whole big picture. But coming into this anchor of personal responsibility, and the all opposite of this question is, where am I not taking personal responsibility? And in this inquiry is a lot of information. So let's talk about a couple examples, right? If you're noticing that you could be projecting, right? It's like wanting all of the outside to change versus what you have control over, your personal responsibility. So, fitness, this is one that can be a great, easy starting spot, right? Oh, I didn't like the class, or I'm not liking my routine. Well, where this question comes in handy, where can I take personal responsibility, right? Just this starting question, where can I take personal responsibility? In this example, which is like a low hanging fruit example, but there are other things, money, relationship. But starting here, where am I not taking personal responsibility? Pausing, let intuition come through, right? This could be a journaling exercise. Where am I not taking personal responsibility? The other side of this can be, where am I taking personal responsibility, as a reminder of what that feels like? Another powerful question, who do I know that does a great job of taking personal responsibility, in case you're having trouble even landing, like, whoa, what does that even look like or mean? So where am I taking personal responsibility? Where am I not taking personal responsibility? In the example of fitness, how can I take even more personal responsibility? So the fitness example, why I love this, it's like you're blowing off your classes, you don't like your routine. Well, let's pivot to, what do you like? What would feel good? And start there, and then take those actions. So that's a micro realignment, right? Often there's this static energy that's an opportunity for you to step fuller into your worth, and see, what do I need? What do I need? Where can I take more responsibility, and what do I need? Powerful, powerful work here. What could stop this from happening? Some people can't get into personal responsibility because they're too busy judging themselves. Most, if not all, of what I share with you is because I've done it too, or am in the constant active practice of not doing it. But this idea of observing versus judging, when you are in judgment of yourself, it can lead to guilt and shame, which are some of the lowest vibrational frequencies one can find themselves in, which makes it really hard to be in resourcefulness with new action, with what you do need, right? Because there's not room to observe. There is only judgment and then the energy and vibrations of shame, guilt, add your other favorites in there, but they're typically quite low vibing. So if as a catalyst to get into personal responsibility is to observe and notice, observe, not judge. I'm observing. And in this observation could be, where am I not in personal responsibility? Like, hey, you don't need to take one new action at all this month. I just want you to be in observation. Noticing judgment creeping in. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Oh, there's some information. This practice, which is certainly an awareness practice, it is going to allow for more space and room to come into your life. So observe versus judge. A simple invitation. And when I'm onboarding someone new, I'll say this: hey, your first homework assignment is to notice. They're like, notice what? Notice anything. I need you to slow down and notice as much as you can. I'm saying slow down. And in this exact moment, I invite you to take a deep breath. Notice how your body is feeling right now. Another deep breath in through your nose, out through your nose or mouth. Noticing any sounds, smells in the room. Noticing if this is annoying, just noticing, right? Noticing leads you into a state of observation, but this action of being in noticing, And you know what's amazing about noticing is there's just more and more and more and more to notice. What if infinity and miracles and just so much life and goodness is available to you right now, but it's a matter of are you noticing or not? You've heard me say this before, our society life is primed with distractions. If this wasn't a catalyst, hopefully, to your deepening of awareness, I would say this could be just one of the many, right? Life is here for you. You know yourself better than anyone could. Let this run through your intuitive filter of what lands or what doesn't. Don't worry, I'm not taking it offensively, but just noticing. There is so much that unlocks when you are noticing. Let your emotions be the guide. Specifically, when you're experiencing feelings of jealousy, competition, comparison, feelings of lack, right? Is there a desire on the other side of this? Is there an opportunity for you to connect deeper with yourself, learn something new about yourself? I was having a really interesting conversation yesterday about um, just noticing, right? Noticing when, say, jealousy butts its head. Well, behind jealousy or envy could be a desire that you have that you actually want to work towards or create some space for. And especially with comparison, I find people can be so distracted in comparison that they're letting their life be robbed. I'm making an observation. I'm not judging anyone, right? But just noticing, hey, do I sometimes get into comparison that I'm letting my life be robbed? Wouldn't that be like, oh, wow, bummer. Like, well, I'm too busy wanting all these other things. I'm missing living my life. Oh, shit. These emotions being the guide, right? If you're noticing yourself have really strong reactions, we've been through one hell of a year or so, right? There's information there. And this is the way that intuition may want to be talking to you, right? You're allowed to deepen this relationship with yourself. You know you best. And if you don't know you best, you can start that journey today. Life is giving you these signs and symbols and messages. Are you listening? Uh, for myself personally, as a share, I've navigated some migraines, or what I'm now calling less than comfortable experiences of my head. Little reframe for you. If I'm talking to this experience of pain and asking, what is this telling me? What's underneath this? What can I unlock in this processing? What is this trying to signal to me? What is my amazing body trying to signal to me? And just listen, right? Let intuition. My last migraine, I really was in this active practice and I had so much come through that although there was quite a bit of pain, I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness for these messages. And, the predominant theme to the messages was about creating space in my life, removing the self sabotage stress loops through maybe overcommitting, valuing myself, being in that worth, like it's okay, right? Life is going to still go on if I'm not stressed to the max. So letting those emotions speak to you, being curious. What helps this is again the observing versus the judging. Now, I just have a hunch that there could be the possibility that there is some anger that you may need to move through for a myriad of reasons beyond this year, probably in your life. And if this is you, I have two examples or two methods for releasing your anger. One of my favorite coaches, if you're watching the YouTube video, you're getting the demo, but you have your little crease in between your forearm, your bicep, right? Your elbow crease. You can bring your mouth there and you can just scream your freaking brains out. Someone said this is like the pillow method. Great, right? And why you do it into that crease of your arm, it protects your vocal cords and just freaking scream your heart out. Doing this, or some of you that might do like the underwater scream if you're at the beach or something, you let the emotions move through. Sometimes we repress them and then they get stagnant and they manifest in the body and things like, say, oh, a migraine. The other, this is a Kundalini exercise, and I would highly recommend that you just Google Kundalini and anger. But if you are listening and want to hear this hot off the press, you're doing reverse like fist punches above your head. So instead of like banging a drum above your head forward motion, you would go backwards motion. And then you making a little O shape with your mouth and blowing out, also known as a ring of fire breath. And you're doing that for 5 minutes straight, letting as much anger within your being generate so you can let it move through. So if you're feeling stagnant anger, maybe you're like, well, I don't have anything to be angry. And then you do think about, say, the past year or all these other things in your life that you haven't let yourself process. Let yourself release the anger. And the last little gem I have for you, each of these on their own could be its own course or its own podcast or its own coaching session or whatever, but you're getting these little tastes and hopefully something that will land that you can practice for the week. But the last is, where is my worth? Where is my worth? And I like to pretend like there is a version of me. And this actually came to me in a meditation once, but it's me wearing this really cool all white business suit, and I'm just like magnetic. Like I'm shiny and bright and vibrant and just like luminous. Okay. So where's my worth? If that's my optimum worth, I literally do a gut check of where am I in comparison to her? And then I ask myself, with this magnetic version, what decisions would she make right now? Right? What would she do? Shout out to Tracy Litt. What would she do? Or he do, or my magnetic self do, or my future me do, right? But it's allowing yourself to align to that possibility that exists as much for you right now as any other. When I said the miracles are infinite, are you letting yourself see them, or are you operating from a space of lower worth that those opportunities and options and possibilities are not available to you? So, where is my worth? So, I invite you to let all this simmer. Take some of these practices into your day. If you have one that's your favorite, drop them in the comments. I wish you so, so well and continue to tune in. If you're not a member of the collective, I would love you to be. We have other little insights, daily practices, challenges in there that I think will be really life supportive and are available on the Teachable app. And many blessings wherever you find yourself in this exact moment. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Lila Life Show. Be sure to share, like, and comment. Tune in next week. And if you're not already a member of the Lila Life Collective, you'll want to be. So take a look in the show notes and be sure you sign up today. Have a beautiful day.